Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Adam, this is Go To Outdoors, and I would love to welcome you back to another one. Today, I'm giving you my long-awaited, long overdue final review of the Topo Athletic Terraventure 3s. Now, the first thing I do want to mention about these shoes is that I have not yet managed to destroy them. And that's kind of saying something because I've got about 400 trail miles on these and probably about another 200 or so miles, I guess, if you combine day-to-day walking, just wearing them around as a regular shoe, not actually doing any hiking with them. And that's kind of an accomplishment because, as you know, previous to me using the Topo Athletics, I was wearing everybody's favorite trail shoe. I was wearing various generations of the Ultra Lone Peaks. Now, that's all the way from the 4, the 4.5, and the 5. I haven't tried the newest ones, may go back to that, but that's a video for another time. Today, of course, we are talking about this one, so the fact that this still has plenty of tread left on the bottom of the shoe, I mean, you can see there's some sections here that still have the original like little groove that's in each of the tread blocks, and there's some right there in the center that are kind of worn down. And in terms of the actual footbed itself, it's taken on kind of a curve, which that's actually the first pair of my hiking shoes that have done that. Now, I don't know if that's because it has the Vibram soles on the bottom of them, like you get on some of the Merrells, some of the Keens. It's a much more durable sole than you're going to find on the Ultra Lone Peaks. And so like I was saying, all the miles, all the rocks, all the everything else I put these through, they're holding up really, really well. The inside of the shoes are also holding up kind of well, although I will have to say the insole that came with them is definitely shot. I mean, that's the only thing that really doesn't have much life left to it. That can be easily fixed by getting a pair of super feets, either Trailblazers or some of the other ones that I have used previously. But that's another thing to say about the shoe is I never felt the need to actually replace the insole that came with it. That kind of surprised me. Now, if you watch my initial video that I had on this shoe, right up here, where I kind of gave you my first impressions on everything, I mentioned that this is the first of the trail runner style shoes that I've tried that did not have a zero drop. And what I mean by that is the stack height from the heel to the toe was not absolutely level. There is actually a 3mm drop. Now, I know it doesn't sound like much, but I noticed that the impacts that my foot were taking actually on some of the harder ground I was on didn't seem to jar me quite as much. Now, that may be completely mental for me. That could be just how I felt. It could have been the shape of the shoe, it could have been the sole, could have been a variety of other things. But my feet didn't hurt nearly as bad at the end of the day when I was wearing these. So, 10 out of 10 for that. I just noticed after wearing these for so long, they actually mentioned there is a 3mm drop right on the back of the shoe. So at least they tell you. And going back to durability, I do also have to say that I never really peeled the toe of this completely off. It's kind of starting there, but as much as I scuff my feet over branches and I trip over rocks and things, I never managed to actually tear that down. Of course, if you've worn Ultras and some of the others, even on some of the Merrells, that becomes an issue on some of their less durable designs. But on the Topos, no problem whatsoever. Don't have any separation of the sole from the fabric. The footbed and everything, it's still nice and tight. Everything's good to go. The only thing that I don't like about this is the kind of need to have dedicated gaiters if you're going to be wearing them. You got 2 clips in the back here. You have 1 clip in the front. So there are a couple that will actually work well with these shoes. I just didn't like the way they fit, so I never even actually wore them after like a day or two. I left them in a hiker box. My only real gripe when it comes to where the things attach on here, I want a heel loop. I want a little finger loop to help me pull my shoes on in the morning. I didn't think that would be an issue, but it really turned out to be one. If your feet are sticky, if your socks are wet, if you're just waking up and these are cold and you just have to slap them on, I really wish I had something there to help me pull my shoes on. It was a minor gripe, but it became kind of annoying because when I was down in Florida, my feet never dried out so much. When I was on the Appalachian Trail, my feet never dried out so much. And yeah, it's kind of annoying. But No complaints about anything other than that on the top of the shoe either. So yeah, overall, I really like these shoes. There are a couple others of the Topo Athletics that I really want to try. There's not a newer generation of this yet, and the other color that they had, I can't get in the size I need. So if I get another pair, it's going to be another one of the green with orange on them. I am very happy with these shoes. I would recommend them. Give them a try if you have tried the Ultras. If you want to try something and just need a good basic shoe, go ahead, give them a shot. They're still about $125, $130 depending on where you get them, which is kind of on par with a lot of the other trail runners that are out there on the market these days. But this will hold up a lot longer than some of the other ones that I've used. So 130 bucks for something that lasts twice as long, I'd say, yeah, go ahead and try some of these. Now, one thing I do have to say is my opinion on the quality, the durability, and the construction of the Topo Athletic shoes is based mostly on the Terraventure 3s. I will have a slight disclaimer though, because I also have a pair of Mountain Racer 2s. I have issues with these ones. But that's really all I have for you today. So like I always say, thanks again for watching. Make sure you find a reason to smile today, and I'll catch you in the next one.